Hello, friends. Hello, hello. I am Coach Tammy. If you guys don't know who I am with Coconut Wreath Co. in Springfield, Missouri. This is my humble abode. And we're going to make a wreath today, y'all. We're going to be making a mesh wreath today. I'm going to use a method that Damon uses all the time, and I usually never use. I'm going to do the poof method, and then I'm going to do the ruffle method. So I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm using this 10-inch mesh that came in the wreath supply box this month, which I'm in love with. For this particular wreath, we have to start on the outside. So let's start on the outside. I'm doing about 8 to 10-inch poofs. Poofs. Come on in, come on in. I'm doing the poofs on the outside, friends. I'm not doing giant poofs. I don't like a super wide mesh wreath. Okay. So I did 8 to 10-inch poofs all the way on the outside. In this gorgeous navy blue with the custom striping, obsessed. Do some ruffles out of this little guy. Okay, I'm going to cut these at about 23 inches. I'm going to do 5 green and 5 blue. I think I'm going to mix and match them. All right, y'all. So I like a good ruffle. Okay, so I like a more exact ruffle than a cruffle on these. So I'm going, and I'm an untier, just so you know. I like to untie. My dogs are going nuts because they've been up all day because we've been working at the storage units. I think I'm going to love the way this turns out. I watched Damon make this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, I usually do ruffles on top and bottom with poofs. I'm going to try not doing the poofs on the top and just do ruffles. Oh my gosh, I love, love, love the way this is looking. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to, look how pretty that is. Now I'm going to cut, there are eight pieces on the inside. We should have done this to begin with. Let's just do double duty real quick. So I need 4 cuts. All right, let's do the top. Let's do the top. Okay, so I'm just going to come right here on top, and I'm going to throw some ruffles. Mesh to the metal. It's really important. You get it real tight and good on there. Y'all, I love me I haven't made a good mesh base in forever. Love this method. Okay, what I like to do, because I'm a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, well, this is a 10-inch side. Or no, this is a 12-inch. So what I could do is line it up exactly. That didn't even work. That's okay. I'm just going to do it. And then, okay, so this is what I don't love. This is the part that I don't love. We're going to push it down a little bit, move stuff out of the way. Okay, so we got all my brackets in. Okay. So now we have this gorgeous sign that is resting on top. And honestly, we could throw a bow on this and say, hey, neighbor. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do for this particular one, I'm not putting a ton of ribbon in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make my bow. Some people signed up for 4 discounted. Why is this one not included? Those are virtual. That's very different. This has nothing to do with creative coaching. This is not a creative coaching event. This is just some friends getting together doing a workshop. This is on Damon's turf. This is actually Damon's workshop, and he invited some friends to come with him and do it. So it's not a regular coaching workshop. That's the difference. So it will be, and we will have in-person attendees. That's why. Because if we were to do the virtual like we do the workshops, the virtual for this one is your bee on the wall. That's why there's 4 different options. Does that make sense, friend? Yep, it's actually not a part of the creative coaching at all. Nothing to do with it. We're just using Damon's facility, and Damon is putting it together. That's why. Okay. So I'm just going to do a little bow, just a little one. I'm not doing something crazy, but I am going to give me some dovetails. I'm going to fold it like a taco, cut it towards the sunshine. That's the easiest way. If you cut it the opposite way, you're going to end up with an arrow. So when you're doing a mesh wreath, you can either go big or go home. You don't have to do big each and every time, my friends. This one's not going to be over the top with all the bells and whistles. I'm keeping it pretty simple. It is going to match my mom's porch. So I am just going to boss this around for a minute. I'm just bossing it around. And I'm going to throw some tails in here. Not a lot of them. And this is where I go rogue. You're not going to see me measure, because I don't want to. I just do it to where it looks good. Normally about 7 inches on each side. I usually do a 14-inch ribbon tail. I'm just doing some of these just like this. And I'm just going to go back and forth between the two. And this part will take about 7 to 8 minutes at the most. This is all from the February wreath supply box. It is. So this is what it looks like so far. So now what I want to do is I'm going to add a few funky tails. I'm just going to pinch it, kick her leg up, twist her booty behind. It's going to give me a loop and 2 tails. And I'm going to go in where the green is, every other one. And I'm going to do that. I just love the way a funky tail looks. So I am doing these at 24 inches each. And that's going to allow me to have a tail and some loops for each of the outside edge. So we're going to 24 inches, cut it in half. Fold it like a taco, cut it towards the sunshine. Come down 5 inches. Pinch it, fluff it, kick her leg out, twist her booty around. We're going dancing. She just did the tango. And then I'm going to untwist because I'm a weirdo. You don't have to. You can just lay it in there and twist. I like everything to be meshed to the metal. And now I've got perfect tails on that outside edge. I'm going to go to the green. I'm going to do the exact same thing I just did. I love, love, love the look of a good ribbon wreath. But, I will tell you, I also love a good hydrangea. And I know that my mom also likes a good hydrangea. And I really cannot pass this up without giving her some good hydrangea. Listen, I was going to do my porch in these colors based on this box, but I've decided my mom needs new patio cushions. So her favorite color is blue. So guess what she's getting for her birthday? You're right. She's getting new patio cushions. They're going to match this. I decided just to take it upon myself and redo her porch instead. Oh, I don't want those two things alike. This one's going up here whether you like it or not. Ready or not, here I come. I wanted the green up there. Okay, so, and then I need the blue on the outside over here. I do have some more. Okay, where's this going to go? This can go over here. I do not generally ever glue to mesh. I am gluing to the little ties. So if you're wondering about what Miss Hodges is doing over here, I am gluing to the ties. Now, to add insult to injury, I need a little bit more greenery, so I'm going to add some of this olive laurel bush type of, I don't know what this is. I think it's an olive bush. We're about to find out. Okay, so we're going to pull these apart. I'm going to put just a little bit in between. As you see, I'm tying it. Yes, queen, yes. I just needed a little something, something where these ties are. And I'm trying to back it up away from, oh shoot, I knew that would happen. Okay, this is what I was talking about. See this right here? I'm tying that stinker. See where that leaf goes under? I do not like to glue things into mesh. I hate it. It makes me twitch, so there you go. Now, if it's going to stick like this one will, I'll do it all day long. Now, I could add a little bit more greenery around the edges. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it just like this, I think. I could, but there you go. That's what we did, my friends. This was the wreath supply box for last month. That laurel bush was not included. Everything else was. Isn't that cute?